tonight we have a special guest, Christopher Valentino. Christopher, how are you doing today?
Hello, very well, thanks. Thanks for having me, and greetings, fellow travelers.
It's been quite a while since you and I have seen each other. How many years has it been?
Man, I'd have to take off my shoes to count it. I think it's been some time, my friend. And Patrick too, man.
Yeah, I think the last time that we hung out was at O'Donovan's during their open mic night. So,
oh yes,
that must have been back in like 2012, 2013.
You actually look like I have underwear older than you, so
yuck.
Yeah, how do you even know how
yuck.
Oh, from the bar, the bar, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Well,
I see.
I pickled myself at a young age, and it worked.
Indeed. So, what are you drinking today?
These days I'm practicing being a non-drinker pretty well. Just as of the last few years, anyway. It was something that had actually come to be because my wife was going to quit smoking, and I said, "Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'll take a year off of drinking so I can." Be a good advocate and a good example.
That's good. That's nice.
Plus you won't see me drinking when I get home, have a beer, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It triggers to have one, right?
Mm-hmm,
so I thought that, if I took off that amount of time that she would want to drink less often. If she drinks less often also, then she'll want to smoke less often. And
sure.
Win-win. Well, a year went by and I was like, man, this is awesome. Like actually, I feel
I'm
good.
saving money.
Sleeping good. I lost like 16 pounds. I didn't change
wow.
my house,
Yeah, you look pretty fit too.
Did your wife quit drinking too?
Yeah, well, we've never both been heavy drinkers at all, since we've been together exactly. But no, she still will enjoy an adult beverage every so often.
Yeah,
I will
right.
too. I think I have probably 10 to 12 accumulatively through the whole year.
Oh, that's good.
So
that's nice.
All right. Well, I've got a little special cocktail or mocktail for you that I'll do up, and of course, Stacy will be having as usual, I believe, a Hamm's.
Or a Coors Light or whatever.
Light,
classy.
Beer. Keeping it classy.
Silver
Beer.
Patrick, what are you having tonight?
I'm still with the go-to Golden State Cider.
Golden State Cider.
Man, you should
Nice.
you should buy stock in that.
Hey, Patrick,
You're drinking
is
so
there,
much.
I should.
Patrick, does that have a flavor? Is there a flavor?
Yeah.
What is the flavor of that one?
So this flavor's mighty dry, but they also have a drier one that's brut, and then they have another one.
No, not like they don't have like
pineapple version.
Oh,
but
pineapple. They don't have like cherry and blackberry and.
no, not too much. It's all pretty much apple based, I think. And then there's like there's one that's Heimeka or something, or I don't know what that
That's
is.
the Heimlich maneuver.
So, what do you mix those? Because Brett, what do you usually drink?
Well, what I do is the Strongbow, Magners, kind of the Irish ciders. But for me, just about any cider will do.
What's in that mocktail you just served him?
Yeah.
Well,
fancy,
the mocktail I served has got a little bit of grape juice on the bottom, and then there is a kind of a pina colada, coconut, pineapple,
Nice.
soda water that you pour on top, and it makes a really tasty beverage.
It looks like kind of like a Long Island tea almost.
Are you supposed
Like
to
a
mix
Purple
it?
Rain, I suppose. So
That
here we
is
go.
a tasty beverage.
Fantastic.
Nice work.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. And I'm going to do my usual.
You're gonna do your usual.
You forgot the koozie.
Oh, he's got a koozie, but I'm going to do my usual.
He's got a
beverage.
glassy.
I always
doesn't need
keep
a
it
koozie.
classy. I don't need a koozie.
Whatever.
All righty. So,
And then you got So Guinness goes first.
yeah, after the years and years of pouring these, I've been able to actually
Spill.
spill everywhere and just kind of pour it.
Okay, so the other one, what is the black and tan? Doesn't that usually Guinness on the top?
Yeah, but I'm just going to do, I'm going to start out with a Guinness, and then I'm going to do a Poor Man's Black Velvet after that. So I'll do this one first.
Oh, okay.
I just kind of want to have
A full glass.
full glass Guinness.
Watching that. I like to watch the nitrogen bubbles go down.
I know.
Yeah.
I won't buy it unless it has that thing in the can.
Yeah, the widget makes it
Widget.
Yeah.
frothy and tasty. And it's like I've tried the Guinness out of the bottle, It doesn't have the widget, doesn't have the nitrogen, and it's not bad, but it just isn't.
It's not
as smooth.
Missing something.
It's missing something. The smoothness of a Guinness in the can.
Yeah, we went to the brewery.
So cheers, everybody.
Yeah.
Patrick, cheers.
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 Flancha. All right.
Cheers.
Here we go. Bottoms up.
So, Chris, the Columbia Heights guy.
Yeah.
Columbia Heights. I got a few friends from Columbia Heights. What year did you graduate?
I graduated in 98.
98.
I graduated from Columbia Heights in 86.
Right on. I bet we had some of the same teachers.
Probably.
Yeah, it's it's a little shit splat little town that some folks know of, and it's kind of caught between northeast Minneapolis and Fridley.
Yep.
Essentially.
Well, High Top's in there a little bit, isn't it?
Yep,
No,
yep.
is that
Hilltop.
Hilltop rather.
Yeah.
Hilltop.
Hilltop.
So how many
That's where
times
Tasty
have you?
Pizza
How many
is.
times have you been to Flameburger?
Oh man, yeah.
That's like the major staple, right?
Oh my
It's
God.
a Flameburger after the bar.
They used to have a Mr. Steak over there too.
They used to have a
They did.
Shakey's Pizza.
Yes,
Shakey's
and they
Pizza.
had
Yep.
Shakey's Pizza.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
Columbia Heights is just a
We call it Clumsy Heights.
Clumsy Heights.
Clumsy Heights.
That's where I lived right before I moved to California.
Columbia Heights, really?
Yeah, I was. I was right off of just south of 694 and Central.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, right by my house, almost.
yeah, we used to go to there's a Mexican restaurant.
La Casita.
Yeah, it might have been that one. Was
No.
it over by the Menards there?
Yeah, that's
La
La
Casita,
Casita. Yeah.
right next.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a liar because you went right next. You
We
went
used to go there.
You went to White Castle right next door. Did you, Patrick? Come on.
Hey.
No, me and my ex-wife used to go there like every
You
Tuesday.
know what? Don't bash on White Castle. That was my first
Love?
job when I was 16. Shit, I'm not lying.
They have the best breakfast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Real eggs.
She made the sliders.
Yep.
Yeah.
I made sliders.
Wow.
Nice. Well,
So you're from
White
Columbia
Castle
Heights, yeah?
fries only come in one size. Yo.
Well, but tell you, those onion chips, though, they are the bomb.
I had to work the third.
Especially
third
24
shift.
hours later, they're definitely the bomb.
There's a lot of good stuff there. I mean, now they're really breaking out. There's a lot of the fish sandwich is really
24
good.
hours.
I know fish
That
sandwich.
stuff's usually out within the afternoon.
I
You
worked.
digest those for 24 hours.
Yeah, I worked
Usually
third
just
shift.
Slide right out.
I worked third shift on a school night, and they would come in all drunk. I had like 2 fucking sliders and a. It's like, oh my god.
24 sliders.
Yeah.
So after this, after your graduation, tell us about your adventure here.
Yeah. So it's been an interesting ride, I tell you what. I always thought I would get the hell out of Columbia Heights, and I graduated in '98, and then had an apartment for a few years in Shoreview, and that was really nice. And then I started looking for housing because I didn't like paying rent anymore. And sure enough, I landed back in Columbia Heights for the first house that I bought because it was the best deal at the time and made the most sense, and that's where I landed. So ended up sticking back in Heights for a few years there, but. It was kind of nice. I was 29. I had done a pretty major life audit at that point in my life. My band of a few years and my livelihood, my identification, my everything, my identity, it just it ran its course, and I didn't know what to do. And I was like, man, what do I do now? Like, what am I supposed to do with this life? And so I really broke everything down and, tried to figure out like, what are the best decisions I can make for myself going forward. And I was 29 at the time, bought my first house. Thankfully, there was the first time home buyer's credit at the time. They gave you like $6,000, I think it was, something like that, in government, for getting your first house. And so that got me into my first place. I had a couple of renters, and it was kind of the party house.
It was a bachelor's pad.
It was a bachelor pad for
Yep.
sure. Yep. And on a postage stamp sized yard, we could, if we had the kitchen windows open, we could high five the neighbors. So, but it was a good place to start. And my renters kind of filtered out. They're good friends of mine. But as when I met my wife and she moved in, I gave her a key to my house like 7 days after I met her.
Wow.
And then you had to kick everyone else out.
Exactly.
Ah,
Yep,
nice.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, you gotta have sex all over the house.
Exactly. Yep, that's it. Yeah. So stayed there for a few more years, and now we've been in White Bear Lake now for the last 8 years.
Remember, nice.
Nice.
Oh,
So
very
partying.
nice.
So partying back then What was the clubs to go to? Where were you guys going to hang out?
Man, I mean, things were kind of like the music scene was starting to kind of dismantle itself, and we were starting to lose venues and things like that. So but living so close to Northeast, we would just go straight from Columbia Heights down to Northeast and bar hop down there.
1029.
1029, gas stops, double
Maze
juice, BJ's,
Elsie's for breakfast.
Elsie's, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Maze Lax.
Maze Lax and Dusty's, Dusty Dagos. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Elsie's.
So,
I love all those old time bars.
Brett just went there the other day.
Yeah, for the folks that don't know, I am now a retired police sergeant. I am.
So now we can.
So
Where's the clap?
Retired. Retired.
Oh, I thought you said retarded. There must have been a glitch.
I did not say we. Todd did.
I was gonna say you don't have to, be that harsh on yourself. I know you're slow.
Oh, come on, Patrick. Where's that clap? Where's the clap?
But I'm pump.
Slow.
You're slow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm slow on the sound effect.
But
Yeah.
boom.
that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
So, I'm finally done with that, and I had breakfast at Elsie's on my last day. Yes.
Nice.
And he didn't ever get shot.
Not
No,
once.
not once. Came close, but
How many
didn't get
confirmed
there.
kills you got?
0. 0.
Oh,
Now, if you can say confirmed arrests, then I can't even tell you that I lost count.
What about that
Numerous.
puppy? Oh, I'm kidding.
Oh, are you a dog killer?
Oh, I was kidding. I was kidding.
No.
His brother.
Cops kill
His
dogs
brother.
all the time. It's really
Yeah,
sad.
my brother, who worked with St. Paul when he was a rookie his first year, he was down by Phelan, and some guy flags him down, and he's holding his leg together, bleeding all over. So the kid tells him that he just got attacked by a pit bull, and this woman down at the park, kind of sucked the dog on him, just, had the dog attack him. So he gets down there and he tells the woman with the dog, leash your dog. And she looks at him, looks at the dog, says something to the dog, and the dog starts running after him, towards him. So he pulls his gun and yells at her, call your dog off. Call your dog off. Didn't say it a third time, and he put one round in between the dog's eyes and dropped the dog. It was a big pit bull, and she was apparently, I believe she was dealing drugs down at Phelan, and that was her protective dog. And she, some guy got a little too close, and she had the dog go after him. And then the wrong thing, you don't have a dog go after a cop, because a cop.
Because if you play stupid games, you'll win stupid prizes.
Yep.
Exactly.
Didn't she try to sue the department too?
She tried to sue the department and lost, failed miserably, from my understanding. So
Why would you put a dog into that situation anyway? That's so stupid.
That's
It's
just-
like
yeah.
people are the problems. Pit bulls are great dogs.
they're awesome.
They
dogs.
are.
And they're wonderful dogs, and if you train them well, but if you train them to be vicious animals, or if anything, I mean,
Then
there's
that's
two
what
little
they-
vicious animals running around here right now,
Oh, come on.
and they attack the carpet all the time. You can't deny it. You cannot deny it. So
Stacy's sitting there, and all of a sudden he's looking around. He's like, "What is going on?"
then I go upstairs to put my shoes on, and there's a little present for me at the.
Oh, not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet.
yeah. But let's get back to
Chris. You got a dog, don't you?
We do.
What do you got?
She's a 12-year-old bug, so she's a Boston Terrier pug mix,
Okay,
and she's the coolest thing. She's great.
and you have a couple of kids.
What's her name? What's the dog's name?
Her name is Hazel.
Hazel. Oh,
Yeah. She's the sweetest thing. When my son was born, she was so tolerant of getting her face pulled and her tail and her feet and everything else. She never got nippy. She never got pissy.
nice.
Occasionally would keep some distance from the little man, but but she's been the greatest dog. I'd totally have another one.
That's awesome. So, what are you doing nowadays for work?
Yeah, so it's been interesting. I've spent 25 years in the same industry, and so basically I work with companies that we do agricultural equipment, and so basically when you go see like the the $300,000 John Deere sprayer putting the fertilizer down on the crops, that's our pump that puts that
Gotcha.
fertilizer out there.
It's a big
essentially.
pump.
Yeah, right, and
Wow.
it's been great. The last company that I worked for, I was with for 22 years. And they were just too big of a company type of a thing. And they had a whole lot of things decisions that went really wrong and basically just put more and more and more weight on myself and my team. I had 5 people reporting to me and, as best I could to try to keep things together and try and, essentially just keep the peace among everyone. Like, don't worry, the world's not burning. And it got too hard and I had to leave. They put so much pressure on my department.
2 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was, it was hard to see me go. And of course they, did everything they could to try to keep me. But, I have a nationwide network where I'm the go-to guy for a lot of people, when it comes to the equipment that I sell and that I support. I'm the guy when something breaks in the field, and they're like, hey, this $300,000 machine is down because of your pump. It might be 4 or 5 years old and it finally was time to go. What do I do? I'm panicking. I need to get out there and work.
So your phone number is 1-800 I'm the guy.
I'm the guy. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But I worked with amazing people across the country, and it's been so cool that now 3 years ago I jumped over to another company, and I have exactly all the same network of all the same contacts that I've had for so many years.
Nice.
Yeah, but small company now, so much different vibe, but way better.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
Now, does that interfere with? I know when I met you, you were playing in a band called Stasia.
Oh yeah,
with Tony Williams. If people remember, that was our first podcast. Tony Williams. You played with him in the same
purple hair.
Yeah, had some dude purple hair. Yeah. That could be Patrick.
I know. I was gonna go. Patrick, did you do Tony's hair?
Separated the birth.
Yeah, I mean, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. So.
Exactly.
Brother from another mother, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right, yeah.
But you were playing with Stasia, and Stasia was, back in that day, American Head Charge, Black Flood Diesel, Stasia, what was a 2-ton crutch?
Yeah,
I think was there, Dumpster Juice, and all these really fantastic, Minneapolis metal sound bands were playing.
So, Chris, what do you play though?
I play guitar.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
And I remember you from back then, and I know you went through a few different bands. What was it? Nopathy was one of them, and
yeah. So I mean, we did Stasia for probably, I think it was 5 years, something like that. It was the early 2000s, and we had a hell of a time. It was great. We got to get out, and we were all in our early 20s at the time.
That's the best.
And we had a lot of opportunities. A lot of great things came to us that I'm super thankful for. And we just, we got a chance to get out there and live the rock and roll lifestyle and
Right.
Pretend to be rock stars for a few years. And we got some good stories.
What kind of headlining acts did you get to tour with or open for? Do you have any memorable ones?
There was a handful. It was a different time back then. It was a little easier to open for the national bands at the time. So we got to open for like Power Man 5000 and Trapped and Taproot and Dope, Soil, Flaw. We had quite a few really cool opportunities to just get out there and
Those
play.
are all really positive names for a band.
yeah, right. Yeah,
but they were really
Soil.
well. Yeah, it's Soil. But they were really well-known bands. I mean, back in the day, those were label bands, and they toured a lot.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and it was great to be able to jump on, with some of those, and we all kept our day jobs during those times and everything too. You got to trade away your time for resources for the things that you love to do.
Yeah.
So you had to juggle
I
your.
like the Ozfests and the Warp Tours of those days. They started incorporating a second stage, third stage. Now they're everywhere. So it's fun to see. Like I'll see. Aftershock is out here every October. That's coming up next month. And being on one of those stage gives them a lot of opportunities they wouldn't have had otherwise. So
no, that's awesome, man. And it's so much fun to be able to get out there and go do that, and it's great exposure. Of course, if you're coupled with a national act that makes sense. One of the coolest shows that we ever did was with Marilyn Manson. We did 2 shows with him.
Oh, that would have been fun.
It was so great. That was one of the coolest things ever.
Oh, wow.
It's a heck of a story, the journey of getting there. But basically, Manson was coming to town. They didn't have any opening acts at all, and for the tour. And so the folks at 93X, Wendy being one of them, you guys had called us up and said, hey, Marilyn Manson's coming in 2 days and they don't have an opener. Do you guys want it? And we're like, yep.
Let me think about that. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, please. Oh my God. But it was crazy. We had nothing but van troubles the whole time that we played in a band. And that's always everyone's complaint too, is it's hard to keep a vehicle on the road. And, especially when you don't have any money behind you. But we played the Fargo Civic Center the first night with them, and for 5,000 crazy kids up there.
Wow.
It was insane. It was one of the coolest moments of my life. But on the way up there, of course, our van breaks down. And so we're panicking, calling everybody, like, what are we going to do? And we had our crew with us and stuff too. We had a trailer full of our equipment, and we're halfway to Fargo and the van takes a shit and there's no way we're going to get up there. And so Tony called a guy that we met the summer before at a festival in Bottineau, North Dakota. We played called Rock in the Hills. And that was a super fun show. That was cool. Live was one of the headliners, Three Doors Down.
Oh, wow.
A whole bunch of bands out there, Tesla, Styx, like it was, just dozens of bands. But that was a good time. But we met this guy out there that lived, I believe he was I think he was in St. Cloud. And he said, like, anytime you guys ever need anything, like, let me know. I'd be happy to help you. And so Tony called him and he was like, hey, man, we're on our way to go play with Marilyn Manson. Our van took a dive. And he's like, I got you. I'm going to be there as soon as I possibly can. And so he booked it from wherever the heck he was at. I don't know if it was St. Cloud or what, but he came to come pick us up, and he had this little Oldsmobile Bravada. And we had a conversion van full of people, right?
And equipment.
Yeah, right, exactly. So like he hooked up the trailer, and I think it was 3 of us or 4 of us that rode in the trailer with the gear bouncing around on top of all the amps and everything. God. To get up to the gig in time. And their Manson's stage manager was none too impressed, of course. He's like, you guys, like, what the hell, like, get up here. And we're like, we're working on it. Oh my God. And we show up, and he's like, he's actually like pretty upset. And he's like, all right, like, if you guys were 5 minutes later, I'd have told you to pack your shit and get the hell out of here. And we're like, man, like, where do we go? What do we do? Let's go. And we set it up, and we had our sound guy with us, a guy named Karma. And he killed it for us. He set us up, and it was huge. It was so much fun.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah. Karma was he was good at that. Yeah. He was really good at being a sound man. Yeah, good guitar player, and ended up with American Head Charge before their demise. But yeah, he was awesome.
So you're just playing locally all the time then, and where were you playing mostly?
Yeah, so I mean that band, we were mostly local, but we tried to get out as much as we could. We played the Midwest a lot, and we had some really cool opportunities to get out and go play. We won a Battle of the Bands at the Rock at the time, before it was the Doghouse, and winning that show, they sent us out to LA to go play with a couple shows with King's X. Mm-hmm. So played the Galaxy Theater the first night out there with them, and second night was I forget the name of the place, but Key Club. Mm-hmm. So a couple days, with King's X out there, that was super fun.
I bet you King's X was awesome.
Wow,
amazing, man.
What's the biggest crowd you ever played for?
The biggest crowd was probably Manson. Yep.
Okay.
That 5,000 kids out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a band. This is you guys' passion. You're out there. You're playing these different venues. What causes a band to fizzle out and have its demise? I mean, you've wanted to do this all your life. I'm sure all you guys were very passionate about it. What happened? Yeah,
I know. It's a good question, man. And it's different for everybody, I think. But, we could say, well, it was the artistic differences and whatever BS answer. But no, we got really popular really fast. And we were able to create a lot of really just like, I'm so proud of the music that we created. But when you get, a handful of huge personalities together and get them, combining to create something. It just there's a lot of interpersonal conflict, and there were just a lot of things that we really struggled with. We fought a lot, like even through the amazing opportunities and cool stuff that we got to do. It was pretty tough at times, just to get past like some of the things of you count on each other, So right. Like if somebody's not showing up or if they're really starting to derail things. It's tough because it brings the whole project down.
Sure.
So we did everything we could, and it finally just ran its course to where we just couldn't do it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Jeff Tate and Queensryche, it sounds like, it's
Yeah.
like you get.
But in that time though, you weren't the only band that was going through this kind of transition or problems. You look at American Head Charge, and it was just like they just could not. I mean, they were their own worst enemy. Kind of the same thing, that inner turmoil, and they just could not figure stuff out, and they ended up splitting up. A great band there, and Black Flood Diesel, same kind of deal. And luckily Greg Moog,
One of our previous guests.
right, started White Crosses, and now he's in stellar project. They're doing what they're doing, but it seemed like all these bands were just kind of at the same time imploding,
Sure.
one after the other. So I think it was almost like the demise of the Minneapolis sound, the metal sound that was coming out of here that was so great. All of a sudden was there, and then it was gone. It was almost like 80s hairball band, hairball band rock. They were here, and it was great, and all of a sudden it was Nirvana, and that was it.
Well, we had this like smoldering, just like amazing thing that was happening, and then it just like kind of burned itself out and imploded.
Oh, what a bummer. You think about that. It's like, did you try to get back into a new band, or did you try to keep on going?
It's all because I moved away.
It is, man. Right? It is. It is.
Yeah, Patrick.
Oh, it's absolutely because you
Yes,
moved away.
traitor.
No, I could totally see, why some of these national bands, like they don't travel together. Like the only time that they're actually together is when they're on stage and they hate each other.
Well, and true. I mean, when I was working at O'Donovan's Irish Pub, it was Black Sabbath and Megadeth were playing at the Target Center. I think I told this story before, but we had that guy would come in, and he had longer hair, and he was mini.
What guy?
His name was Dave. We just called him Long Hair Dave. So Black Sabbath's playing at the Target Center, and in walks Dave Mustaine, and he's with Long Hair Dave, and we're like, holy crap, that's Dave Mustaine. And they got two blonde bombshell ladies with them, and they
of course
had some dinner, and
They have big giant titties.
Oh, they were eye candy for sure. So then Dave Mustaine and
Did they bring a tire pump with them too?
They probably, I don't know if they needed it, but so Dave comes walking up with Long Hair Dave, and Long Hair Dave's, and want to do a shot. We do an Irish car bomb, and Dave Mustaine goes to the bathroom, and we're like, to Long Hair Dave's like, oh my God, how do you know Dave Mustaine? And he's like, well, I've been playing with him for like 25 years. Dave Elfson. We didn't know. We just always knew him as Long Hair Dave. I mean, he couldn't cut the cord and cut that hair off. It didn't, and he wasn't a regular, but we knew who he was because he, just had no idea. Oh, you're that guy, but that's what, when Dave Mustaine came back, it's like, well, thanks for, coming over and hanging out. And there's like nobody in the pub. Mm-hmm. There was just the four of us, so another bartender, me, and the other two guys, Dave and Dave.
The Daves.
But Dave even said, he goes, I go, thanks for coming over. I mean, like, you guys must have gone out. He goes, I fucking hate those guys. Literally just said, I hate those guys.
It happens even in the big time.
Yeah.
What you went through, Chris.
Right. And he's like, I can't stand them. He goes, we hang out and with these guys, we watch their shows because we go back and forth. They headline, then we headline. It goes back and forth. And any time that we're playing, they're nowhere to be seen. They just want nothing to do with any of it. And we're trying to, hang out with them and be a part of this whole thing. And he goes, fuck those guys. And I was just like, whoa,
man.
Wow. So, I mean, even like Gene was saying, like these big players are the same thing. Mm-hmm. And he's like, nah, he goes, I'll never tour with those guys again. Man. Never.
I think it had to do with ego.
Well, and that was the Ronnie James Dio came back, and that's when they did that tour, a reunion tour type of deal, but it was Ronnie James Dio, and they're like, these guys are assholes. Never do it again.
Oh man.
But you didn't leave like that, did you, Chris?
Well, I
Like,
mean, we
you didn't go, you guys are fucking assholes.
it was pretty ugly actually.
Really?
In the end of it there, yeah. And we got a full length album that never saw the light of day because they're just they're still like animosity there, that's kept it from getting out there.
But when did you guys finish that?
Oh man, it had been like 06, something like that. And it's really good. It's great.
Oh my God. I want to hear it.
Yeah, it turned out really well. I'm really proud of it. And it's tough because, I feel like all the suffering that we went through, like it was the diamond that came from all of the pressure that it took to create it, but we didn't get it out there. It's not mastered, but it still sounds really good. So in that project, we did a couple of demos.
Yep.
And they sounded great. We went to Orphan Records and worked with Todd Fitzgerald. That guy's amazing.
Yeah.
Huge props to him and Daryl over there and Eric Trelstad. Those guys really hooked us up. And it just we got our demos out. We got onto some college radio. We got on 93X. We got it out there as best we could. And then we started recording with a guy named Colt Lieb, a brilliant engineer, and I believe he was still going to school at the time, but the guy's he's gifted. So we started a project with him, and then he introduced us to Steve Hodge, working at Flight Time Studios, which was Morris Day and the Time,
right.
Janet
That's why it sounded
Jackson.
familiar.
Yeah, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, their studio before it became, I think it became an IPR or some kind of recording studio, I believe, when they sold it.
Yep.
But we were one of the last bands to record in that studio before they shut it down.
Wow.
And worked with Steve, and the guy was incredible. I mean, he's a Grammy Award-winning engineer and one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. But he wanted to do like a heavier, edgy kind of hard rock project, and we were perfect. He's like, "You guys are awesome. Come on in." Like, that's,
yeah, I mean, you guys were awesome, especially live. I mean, I remember watching you guys at First Avenue, and there was like 3 or 4 bands, and you guys came out and you dominated. It was one of the greatest shows think I've ever seen. But is there any way that you're going to be able to master that and get that out, or?
I'd like to. I mean, we all have the files, so it can certainly be done. I have thought about secretly just getting it mastered and just putting it out there and being like, well, now it's out there, you know what I mean? But just for the sake of having something to show for, like, this is what we did.
Right. That would be awesome. I mean, if it's when you look at it, as an artist, that's part of your heart and soul that you put in. That's part of your mark. I mean, I would absolutely love to hear it, get that thing mastered and out there. Cause I mean, in today's world, with the internet and, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and everything else, it's not like you couldn't get that out to everybody.
Yeah. And I just want the people that would still give a shit to be able to hear it,
right.
For them to.
I give a shit.
Thank you.
Are you guys still not talking, or do you guys still talk, or?
Tony and I still talk on the regular. Dane, the drummer, and I run into each other every so often at shows and stuff like that, and catch up when we can. Corey and Alex, the singer and bass player, haven't really kept too much contact with them. We're just, we're all growing up now and living our own lives and things like that. But it would be great to get it out there, man. Just to kind of show like what we did.
Is Tony still the only one that's playing still, or any of those other guys playing still?
I don't think Dane is playing anymore. Alex and Corey, I don't think they're playing anymore. I'm in a project now it's a lot of fun. So Tony and I, we could talk for hours about the stuff that him and I have done musically over the last 20 some years. But when Stasia split, him and I continued to play, and just for something to do, we did some acoustic covers here and there of a lot of like Pink Floyd, Alice in Chains, A Perfect Circle, stuff like that. And it was really fun. We got out and would play the acoustic duo jam thing, for all the local places that we could. And then we brought our friend Stunner on to play bass. And that was really fun. We ended up kind of shifting into doing more covers, getting out, plugging in, doing more of that. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really fun. I think the progression from that was just kind of natural too, that we kind of started getting out of covers and writing some more of our own material, and that's when we created Nopathy. Nopathy was a I don't know, kind of a proggy sort of thing where, you know, we would play heavy syncopated, really, you know, screamy vocals and that kind of thing, but then have like a huge 3-part harmony chorus and, you know, like beautiful stuff and acoustic guitars in the background, things like that. So it was a really dynamic project, but it had gone on for a handful of years, and it was really just our poker night, you know. It was our fun project to get together, write some stuff, you know, and we recorded in that project.
So you're writing a lot still and making new songs?
Not writing so much these days. When Nopathy ran its course and we decided to collectively sunset that project, I really like that term, sunset.
Yeah.
We ended on very good terms, you know, which was great, of course, and the guys were really understanding that, you know, we had this studio in Northeast Minneapolis for 20 some years, and it was just, you know, the four of us paying for rent, and we all have houses and things like that. So it's like, man, like, I don't know, like we kind of had that conversation of like, well, how long do we want to do this for? And so eventually, after sunsetting Nopathy, actually a couple of weeks after that, I got a phone call from Salvador, one of the best drummers that I've ever seen in my life. A guy that plays for 10,000 Days. They're a Tool tribute band in Minneapolis here. And they've been doing it for like, I don't know, 18, 20 years, something like that.
Wow.
But I mean, they are like, they've done their homework, you know, they've bought
They are dialed in.
the same gear, you know, they have like pretty much the same gear that Tool uses. They've gone through every single detail of every song and just really, really done a nice job. Well, they have a couple other projects that they will kind of open for themselves. Like they've got a Rage Against the Machine tribute that they'll open, and then they wanted to do this Perfect Circle tribute band, and so Salvador let me know, hey, we want to do this, but we need the Billy Howardell role. We need another guy to do it. Would you be interested? And I was like, sign me up.
Yeah.
Like this is like a Perfect Circle is the like that's the greatest music ever created as far as my personal opinion goes. Like it's just, I've never heard anything that hits me the way that does. So I was all in.
I totally agree. I mean, I love Tool, but Tool is just so dark. Where they go is so dark, and Perfect Circle seems to be a little more not joyous, but they're not so.
Some of it is, you know. Yeah.
Some of it's dark, but it's not so. You know, by the time I'm done listening to the CD, I'm like, I'm going to go and just go to sleep and not want to wake up. I listen to Perfect Circle and I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a beer and smoke a cigar.
Tool's good to train with, to punch to. And,
I bet, yeah.
But I mean, I
get into it.
You know, and there's going to be a lot of people hating on me for this, but I prefer a Perfect Circle more than I do Tool. Sorry.
I have heard that same sentiment from quite a few people.
And, you know, I'm sorry, but, you know, the Tool's guitar player, his, you know, guitar tech that plays in Perfect Circle, that guy is the man. I mean, he's as good, if not better, I think, than Tool's guitar player. But again, I'm sure people will hit on me, but I'm a Perfect Circle guy.
The comments are going nuts now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you, man. You know, and Billy Howardell, the guy that writes, you know, most of the music for Perfect Circle, I mean, he was such a huge influence on my own writing forever. And so for me to be able to go in now and like pick apart and learn every single detail and try to get all those textures down, like all those, you know, landscapey textural layers of things that he's doing, that some, you know, there's always two different things the guitar players are always playing, but together it makes sense and stuff like that. It's just been so much fun to get in and learn all of this stuff like to the T and be able to like try and mimic as best I possibly can, do it justice, you know.
Yeah, and it's got to be tough. I mean, that's an incredible guitar player. I mean, if you think about it, it's like your guitar tech, you know, the biggest part of the band, the singer, comes to the guitar tech and says, dude, we got to do something together. Yeah, okay. You know, I just I mean, that first album was just fantastic.
Yeah, it was huge.
Wow, I just was blown away because it's again, even musically, it's a little bit Tool's a little bit darker, but it just
Patrick would have played that on the radio if he was not a traitor.
I did play it on the radio.
You
before I
did?
left.
Oh yeah.
Perfect Circle?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
So-
a couple songs out there.
Radio-friendly songs. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, sorry about that.
So how do you
And
like?
then, the Rhythm of the War Beats track is freaking amazing. We played that quite
Yeah.
a bit.
Wow.
Yeah. Good stuff, man.
So how
Everyone
do you?
thinks that's Tool. That's like a dark kind of
That-
circle
that is-
song
that-
right
Yeah.
there. It's about as dark and deep as they get.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
Now, how do you like playing with the band though? I mean, is this like the perfect fit?
Yeah, it's the perfect fit, especially for right now. At this stage in my life where I've got a lot going on these days. I mean, I'm a husband and a father and a homeowner and a dog owner and a day job.
got a
stuff.
family.
Yeah, living the dream.
Yeah, it's great. That I can play with guys that they don't want to play every weekend. They don't want to go tour all the time. Like I can actually be able to maintain the workload.
Right.
That they're
And we had a guy on here, if you remember, Dave Gorman. He was on and he played.
That
he
guy's
was
a loser.
No, he's not.
He played in an '80s rock band and of quite a few of them. But same thing. He's like, now he's in a band where it's like, I don't play perfect. We don't play every weekend, and I love it because I can do my job. I can, still do music and play and feel like I'm still being part of the scene. And
And he has a
works out.
family.
And he's got a family too,
Yeah.
as well.
And he's a
Landscape.
he's a big Fender guy too. Loves the Fender guitars.
Oh,
Lance King's like that too, isn't he?
yeah. Lance is the same way. Lance is, you remember Lance King, Gemini, and he got into some actual bigger bands after that. But now he's like,
The 70s Magic Sunshine Band.
yeah,
He played last
kind of
night.
a '70s band, and they just
They're great.
all
They're
they
really
do is
good.
tour around the city.
It's
That's
awesome.
It. That's
I
it.
think they go. Well, it's a little bit farther out. They've been going to some hour out, 2 hour out places.
Well, normally in the summer they go to and do festivals, but Lance King was Jeffrey Tate 2.0. I mean, just unreal vocals, and now he's doing '70s, and he's loving it.
Yeah.
Nice.
But keeps them close by, and I can see that, and like in your cases as well. Things change. Priorities change. The priority
You get old.
music anymore. The priorities is
Yeah, but
family.
Chris,
and-
that'll always be in your blood. That'll be your
Oh, yeah.
passion.
Right.
for-
No, exactly. I'm always going to be doing something.
Yep.
I'll always be playing something, writing
Yeah.
something, recording something, whatever it may be. But it's really nice in this project that I don't have to sell it. It's already people want to hear it, which
Right.
is a nice change.
You're out in Minneapolis handing out flyers that people are
my God.
throwing around, or
Yeah, after you hand it to him, then they walk 2 steps and they're throwing it at him.
Well, yeah, it's like Mitch Hedberg said, like, why go flyering? I was like, here, you throw those away.
And it gets bad when your guitar case is open in front of you. And you're sitting,
Oh.
you're sitting on the ground. That's when it gets bad. But so how do you and Patrick? Do you Patrick and Brett? Do you guys all meet together at the same time? How's that work?
it was probably around the same time.
They had a threesome.
A threesome of beer, beer and shots.
Oh, man. No.
Patrick's gonna kill me when he comes up here.
We have such
fine.
sights to show you. My God.
No, it's all music scene. I met Brett from going downtown to see bands and things, and Chris,
No, you met him at
Stage
the bar. Let's get real.
Well, yeah, when he was going downtown,
At a bar.
he would come to Fridays, and
Well, yeah, Patrick lived downtown.
TGI Fridays. That was the place you started at.
Yeah.
It always
Everybody
was.
starts at TJ.
So you go there and you have a couple of drinks there, and then you go out and see the show. And Patrick would
Yeah.
come in, and he knew
You got a prime.
the drummer from Black Flood Diesel, Eric Day, and Eric Day was one of the bartenders, and Eric knew both Chris and Tony Williams in Stasia, and then everybody would come in to see Eric, and then we're there, and all of a sudden we're all friends. I mean, we're all hanging out.
Fridays was right next door to the Loon, right? Is that
No.
It's a further down.
No.
If you remember Copeland's
City Center.
Yep.
City Center on the other side? That's
on
right.
the other
That's right.
side.
That's right. What was next to the Loon that had the alley?
Oh, that was
That was
Champs.
your drug dealer.
Champs. That's right.
Champs.
Champs. Yeah. That was a cool little alley.
Yeah.
And you were across the street. Who did the Wanderers?
Oh, that was the Nankin,
Nankin,
and that
Nankin.
became Copeland's of Louisiana. And Copeland's was, let me tell you, that food was unbelievable. It was so good.
Copeland's or Nankin?
Copeland's. Nankin's was terrible.
Oh, Copeland.
They had
my
one
God.
good thing there, and that was the Wanderer's Punch.
Yeah. And then now it's Fogo de Chao, isn't it?
Yeah, and the Wanderer's Punch, they wouldn't give you more than 2.
Yep.
You were cut off after 2. And they did, this is back in the day when they had 151 Bacardi.
Yep.
And that was a big ingredient in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was bad.
I can't drink that shit.
Oh my God. You people would light up a cigarette and you'd be like, whoa, I'm stepping.
Yeah.
Just the breath could start on fire.
Well, you smoking bars back then too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
But yeah, that was, I'll tell you, man, that was the most fun I think I've had in my lifetime, hanging out with really great guys, and everybody was just really, connected. And everybody hung out with each other and knew each other. And that's when bands backed each other up. You're in a band, you get another band, they're playing with you, or they would show up. And I remember when I was playing with these days with Wayne Kyle from American Head Charge and Brandon Day from Blood of a Dying Covenant. And we got together and we were playing. We played at the Fine Line, and they packed all the bands that we knew. Everybody came and they packed the place. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I remember a lot, the bands backed each other up back then, and not so much anymore. Now it's
nobody backs up anybody.
Yeah. Every band
ever.
for themselves.
Right. It was a different time back then, man. And we were all great friends. We all partied together. We all hung out together, and we just like, combined our crowds together, like more and more and more and more. And, we just had, people that were so devoted, to just coming out and living in the clubs and living for the music, like every single weekend.
After the band stuff, you went into photography, right?
I did. Yeah. Yep. I was a photographer for a few years. And it was a great side hustle. I never really wanted to quit my day job to go do it because it wouldn't be fun anymore. But it was great. I did a lot of different stuff. I basically shot everything, just to kind of see like what I liked to do, whether it be, I shot everything from hot rods to landscapes to fine art stuff to weddings to, events and bands and all sorts of different things. Joey Tishner, if you remember him, guitar player from a band called Hook Echo,
Yep.
late 90s, early 2000s. He was a great mentor for me. He taught me a lot. And,
Drip Dry.
Drip Dry.
Hook Echo had a song called Drip Dry. I played it a lot on the radio.
Right on.
Oh,
yeah.
here we go.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
But no, Joey was great. He kind of took me under his wing and taught me a lot and really definitely helped up my game in the photography world. But we did a lot of work together. I'd come and help for various projects that he would do. We drove across the country to go shoot an author in her Porsche on her beautiful estate property. She was a Mormon out there, and so we went and did some photos with her. Had a couple other clients out there, shot a wedding in Phoenix that weekend, and then drove down to LA, hung out with some friends down there for a few days, and then went up to Folsom to see some friends up there, and then drove back across the country from there. But really cool trip. That was amazing, to get out there and do that with him. But
what made you get into photography out of the band stuff? I mean, I've seen a few guys kind of do that, but I mean, you took it to next level.
Thank you. I tried. It just kind of called to me because I've always tried to be somewhat of a visual artist. I'd painted a lot in high school and things like that, and then once I got into photography, it was more like an easier way to create some of the images that I wanted to see them in my head,
right?
And things like that. But of course, wanted to get out there and try to make some money at it also, which I thankfully had some really nice opportunities to be able to go do. Met a lot of great people along the way. Created some cool art that I get to show for it and say, here's what I did. But shooting weddings and things like that is a little different because you're wrangling cats. It's, you're trying to get everybody together,
right.
For their family photos, and I don't know who anybody is and stuff like that. And you got to be so on point for every second of the day. So, that was fine. It was fun, but, no, I did a lot of, like pinup type work, glamour, type of photography.
Right.
And I never really figured out how to get paid doing that stuff, you know, to go and take pictures of beautiful women trying to just get their portfolios boosted up, you know, and have some more material for themselves. And so did a lot of trade work, portfolio trade, you know, in that regard.
Right. Now, you met your wife doing this, didn't you?
I did. Yep. Exactly that way where, you know, I saw some of her work online, and I sent her a message that I said, add me to the long list of photographers that want to take your picture. You know, and I wasn't really trying to be flirtatious, but in hindsight, it worked out pretty well. But we, you know, we had chatted a little bit online and traded ideas on what kind of shoot we might do. And it was, you know, strictly professional. You know, didn't really, we didn't flirt or anything like that.
But this is like before you guys actually met, right?
It was, yeah.
So how did you actually meet? I mean, was it all business or?
Well, it was intended to be, yeah. She was go-go dancing on the side of her day job for a while at that time also. And so I sent her a message. I said, you know, I know that you do go-go dancing. When is that happening? Anytime soon that I might be able to come see it and we can meet and, you know, chat a little bit more about what we're going to do. And she said, well, tonight actually. And I said, well, that's perfect. My roommate and I are going to go bar hopping tonight, and I'll swing by and we can meet and we can chat and whatnot, and at least get to know each other beforehand, before the shoot. But yeah, so I didn't have my photo of myself out there at all in my work, and I should have, especially now. But anyway. All I had out there was my work, you know, so she didn't have any idea, you know, what I looked like. We hadn't met. And then
no description or anything.
No. And it just, yeah, I probably should have had a bio out there and things like that. But, anyway,
that probably would have gone against you as like unemployed
photographer,
former guitarist, photographer.
I'm a photographer. Bring your bikini.
Trying.
Exactly. I'll bring my camera. You bring your lingerie. It'll be fine.
Looking for a house to crash on.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, but it was all on the up and up. And then I went to go meet her that night that she was doing go-go dancing, and it was funny because the dogs are going at it here.
Oh yeah, our dogs are messing things up here as usual.
Hey.
So you guys, so you went to see her as a go-go dancer. I mean, where was she dancing at?
Well, it was at a club that doesn't exist anymore. But she was there as an add-on, you know, feature to be extra entertainment type of thing, and I loved it. I thought it was great. Like that's highly entertaining. Sign me up. But it's funny because, you know, she hadn't seen me, and she explains it way better than I do. But basically, like, she says that, you know, that I knew that it was him because when the doors opened and the fog rolled in and the angels descended on a high C note, and just, you know, I knew that it was him. But
and then your eyes popped out like a cartoon.
We did, absolutely did, like a mask, or like the old.
Your tongue come out?
I rolled it up and put it back in my pocket. But no, we locked eyes. We knew that we were gonna hang out. Like instead of doing some work, we were gonna be buddies. And we hit it off like old friends, like from day one. Like it was amazing.
I love it when that happens.
Right. It's awesome to have that example of, like, you know, to be the example of that love at first sight is possible. Like, you know,
or love at first headbutt.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like you meet your wife, and you're right. It's like the fog rolls in, and you walk in, and your eyes meet, and you smile, and a twinkle off your tooth. And
what movies are made of?
Yeah, and I walk in, I look at Jean, a twinkle off my tooth, and she grabs the back of my head, goes whap, headbutt. Completely the same story, but
the opposite.
Completely different.
Well, I knew I had to knock some sense into him, so whatever.
Yeah, it didn't work. So So you guys started hanging out immediately then, right?
We did. She, we hung out for a few hours that night. She offered to drive me home and hung out at the house until the sun came up, and we just traded stories and talked music and movies and whatnot. And we knew that we were going to be hanging out.
You knew she was the one.
You knew she was the one, right?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Did you actually have that thought in your head? I'm marrying this girl.
I did. I did. And it turned out that she did too. And I was like, "Holy, really? Like, me? Are you sure? Have you seen me?"
Yeah, that's what I told when I met Jean. It was at the Iron Horse, and she headbutted me.
Do we have to talk
And
about
I even said to her,
Yeah.
I'm like, "I know girls ever done that to me before. You want to go do shots?" And she's like, "Okay."
I didn't say it like that, you
Yeah,
bitch.
you did. And then we go to the
Like-
bar and we start doing shots. And then it's like, and I told my buddy, I'm like, "I'm going to marry her." And he goes, "Are you crazy? She's nuts." And I'm like, "That's why I'm going to marry her." And
she still is nuts.
yep, she's my kind of crazy. So it was perfect. And I knew after she had butted me and we hung out that night, I knew I was going to marry her. I just didn't know when. I just knew. But it's really cool to hear those stories where it's like you just know, it clicks.
Yeah, we knew that we were each other's person. That we'd spend the rest of our lives together for sure. And it's the greatest thing.
And when you say 7 days later,
7 days later, gave her a key to my house. You can come over
That's
as
awesome.
much as you want to. And it was funny
love it.
because, she would come over often, of course. And we'd occasionally surprise each other. We'd actually go to each other's houses by secret. And it backfired one night because she came to my house while I was at her house, and she called me and she's like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "I'm in your bed." And she's like, "What? I'm at your house. Oh, I'll be right there. Don't go anywhere."
Brett's
so you went back home.
No, I stayed.
You stayed there.
just
She went
stayed,
back home.
He was already in bed.
You got to think about it. A girl's house is probably going to be a lot better shape
Yep.
than a guy's house.
Yeah.
A lot nicer.
Lot
Smells
nicer,
her
smells
linen
nicer.
smell a lot better for sure.
Yeah.
I gave Brett my phone number, but I didn't write it down. I made him memorize it.
And I remember, I said it over and over and over until I got to my car, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I got to write this down." But yeah, I remembered it. She goes, "No, I'm not writing it down." I'm like, "All right, tell me."
That's awesome. Oh yeah. What's it worth to you?
Yeah,
Can you remember
she
it?
made me work for it. That's
Fucking
for sure.
right.
Yeah.
So this fast forward a little bit, and now she's you said she's a sign language interpreter.
She is. Yep. So she's she's the real rock star of the family for sure. She does the day job gig. Right now she's working at Chisago Lakes High School with a deaf student up there. And so 5 days a week she's up there with them. But there's a lot of odd job work as well, gig work and theater work, things like that. But a ton of concerts, actually.
Okay.
So she's gotten amazing opportunities in the last couple of years to really to boost up her portfolio really well, just going out and doing some huge stuff. She interpreted for AC/DC.
Wait. So she has to do the songs?
Yeah.
She has to,
What?
while they're singing.
Yeah.
Okay, what happens if does she have to memorize the songs beforehand? What if she doesn't know what they're saying?
To a point, yeah, because it's not all in real time like you'd think.
Yeah.
She's really trying to get their set list, watching their tour, trying to figure out what songs to learn because it's not so like on the fly. Especially you can't hear stuff; it moves fast, stuff like that. So if she can rehearse it, she'll have so much more of it down.
So
I would
like-
like to see her do AC/DC Big Balls.
Oh God!
God, the biggest.
Oh, so ball.
Right, and it's awesome.
Bebop, Bebop, Scooby Doo. Guess what, America? We love you.
Basketball, or is she grabbing her crotch like she's got a nutsack?
Oh my God. God.
There are times when it's
I
all
wanna see
eyes. Yeah, there are times when it's all eyes on her. Like, how do you sign that? Like, she signed for Guar, and stuff. Like
Does she have a
What?
does she have a really cool story about like the worst experience she had with music, or that's the worst song ever? It's like, gosh, I hated doing that song.
Not yet, not exactly. But there have been some that have been a little more stressful. Like interpreting for like body count and things like that. She's like,
Oh God!
oh my God.
Oh,
So the words. How do you?
N-word.
Yeah.
You gotta find the N-word.
Exactly,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, no.
Oh, what
no.
a bummer.
As all eyes are on her, like, how do you sign that shit?
You don't.
One of my favorite One of my favorite bits is those people that they impersonate interpreters and they get hired and they go sit in front of podiums and they start doing.
Oh, and they're not doing it.
Right.
But
yeah, they're faking it.
I'm
It's
gonna
so-
do
all
that.
sorts of goofy shit. It's so funny. It's like it usually happens at like government press conferences.
oh, I've seen those.
Funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, there wasn't there one?
it was a scandal.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom
I'm
or
gonna do
something
that.
like that.
I
The
am.
person is like,
doing fake stuff and it's not even signed.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that. Sign me up.
And as that person, like, how do you go through with it? Like showing up to work that day, like, yeah, this is going to be fine.
Man,
Ah,
you get a phone. You get a phone call. I'm sick. Can you fill in for me at work? I don't know sign language. Just do something.
okay, so how does this work now? Ask her how this works. The DHH community's not that big, right? And so if there's a concert, is it just one person? Is it 5? And they put them all in the same place?
Sure. Yeah. Sometimes it's a specific consumer, that will request her. She's very good at what she does, especially in that world. So there are folks that will request to have her again. For certain shows. She did Pearl Jam and Yellow Ledbetter. She got the words right. She figured out what the hell he's saying in that
Oh, okay.
song. And it's things
she
like
crying,
that. Yeah,
She's
right.
like, "Got it right."
Man.
Well, does
Yeah,
she? No, but is there like
one
one?
Eddie Vedder in sign language? You just
Yeah,
slow
right.
down or something.
Right,
or-
like in cursive, like yeah.
But is there like a certain number of, or is it just one person?
Yeah, so sometimes it is one, sometimes it's a group.
Okay.
It kind of depends. Sometimes there are certain events where they'll just have her there, just in case there may be any consumers for that. But like she's the resident interpreter at Rockfest,
Mm-hmm.
and things like
Does
that.
she really wear really cool outfits and stuff?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's awesome.
That'd be kind of, is there a lot of video out there of her doing this?
Some to a point, and it's a fine line in that world because she has to make sure that she's not out there like trying to be center stage.
Oh, yeah.
That She's
It's
there
on the
as
side,
a,
yeah.
as a service.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit careful territory in that, and you see these viral videos come out and some of those things where people start involving their interpreter, and that's all well and good, but like they can't really go out and promote that.
Sure, yeah.
Themselves as that. It's just not.
Mhm.
So
not
does
kosher.
she do anything outside of music, like courtrooms, or like is she like a private enterprise too? Like she just kind of does gigs when someone needs her.
Yes.
Kind of like does she do like other stuff?
Yeah, yep. So mostly she works in the school system for the day job, and
okay.
so if there's a deaf student, they need an interpreter, so she's there for as long as they're at that school or things like that. So a lot of that type of work, but lots of gig work also. Various other things, opportunities that come her way. She works for like 6 or 7 different agencies. And they a lot of times will put out a big board of jobs, and then all the interpreters just kind of go and grab them.
What is the longest gig that she's had to do? I mean, I'm sure concerts are what you get.
2 hours, 2 hours long.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna.
No, well, that's one band. If you got to do
Yeah.
all of them, that's a long gig.
Yeah, it is, and she tries to learn the material as best she can to try to like prepare ahead of time.
Yep.
But
Do you-
some of these
do you
smaller
ever
bands
go-
like they won't.
Do you ever go there with her when she's doing all these things?
I have from time to time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She interpreted for.
Depends on the band.
Yeah. Right.
Depends on the headliner.
Yeah, and what else we have going on and things like that, of course. But she interpreted for Gojira just a few months ago, and that was really fun. It's one of her favorite bands of all time.
Is it a Japanese band? Gojira?
No,
it's not.
you'd think so. That's where they got their name from.
Oh,
She-
they did.
Could she do your album?
Right. Yeah, she could.
Okay.
Certainly could.
So what happens when when there's a band like I've never even heard of this band, right? I've never even heard of this
And
band.
she runs into that a lot. Yeah. So
Okay.
she'll follow their tour and try to figure out what their set's going to be so she knows what to learn and
Okay.
stuff like that. And, it's not always fun. Sometimes it's country.
She not a fan of country?
No, no, but it's a good paycheck. Like Country Boom and things like that. Those festivals, out there, it's in Dirt Road and Cold Beer and, the whole thing. But, so it's a little easier work, versus.
Long neck, ice cold beer never broke my heart.
That's right. That's true. Man. That's true. But interpreting that stuff is a lot easier because she worked for she interpreted for Lamb of God, and she's like, babe, like this is the most like poetic, amazing lyricism like I've ever seen in my life. How do I like translate this in a way that makes sense?
Sure. So does she get she's a go-go dancer, so she's artistically minded, body wise, dancing and stuff like that. Does she put on a show? You know, well, we saw a little clip there, but
Do you have a pole in your house?
like do you,
A pole?
animated?
Yeah, man.
Because I've seen some really bad. I've seen some really bad
feather
interpreters.
boas.
There are some terrible folks out there, but she's really good at what she does. She's very expressive.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. And voicing for someone too, like it's a big deal. Like if you're having someone speak for you, like
Sure.
they got to get that point across correctly.
So what I learned, because as a special education teacher, the DHH community gives her name. Does she? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Okay, so there's a certain sign that she only uses for her name that somebody gave her.
Yes.
Correct. So what is? Do you know what hers is?
Hers is like this. It's like
oh,
Yeah.
so that must be. Is that her hair?
yep.
Oh yeah.
On here.
So it's
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And you have the horns to go with
Yeah,
it.
right.
Woo!
She's the real rock star for sure.
That is
Yeah.
rock star status.
It's like it's like the devil horns, but then like this.
Oh,
Like-
nice. Okay.
Yeah, so that's her name. So it's
Yeah.
really interesting when I've heard that about the DHH community gives the interpreter their name, and
That's awesome.
It's just neat. Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah.
That's really cool.
I want a name like that.
No doubt.
Yeah, but somebody's got to give it to you. You can't make it up yourself.
no, okay.
Yep. So somebody's got to give it.
I already know what my name is. It's usually one finger.
Yeah.
It's the one in the middle.
This is Brett.
And it's from here and out. So it's like,
Oh man.
that's me.
What would Patrick's be?
Patrick's would be that.
This is really popular.
Oh,
This is really popular nowadays.
No, he does
God.
Patrick does the finger swirl towards the camera like that.
Yeah, that's exactly Patrick. Patrick does.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
That's
Yep,
that's
yep,
yep, that's
yep.
definitely that's Patrick.
Yep, that's Patrick.
Yeah.
Your kid, your son, is he going to be a musician now too?
I think so. It's in the DNA for sure. You
Or an
know.
artist of some sort? I'm
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. Does he
yeah.
play guitar?
He's not too interested in guitar, but he's really gravitated towards piano.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were going to say drums because at 9, beating on
Yeah,
that's usually the thing. You know?
Yeah, and I know he's got some interest there. We haven't gotten that step to put a drum out.
But
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he's got a keyboard, a really nice keyboard to play with at home. And
He does, and it's funny. He's got this cheap old Yamaha thing that he bangs around on. But then I took him to music around one day because I was looking for something, and he walked up to this electronic piano and played this beautiful thing. And I was like, "Okay, we're taking that home."
Wow.
Okay.
Whatever I had to buy, I don't even remember. I didn't get it because we got a
So
piano.
he's like a little prodigy.
yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it's in the DNA for sure. My wife, she can play guitar and sing. Her dad is amazing guitar player. He's a better guitar player than I am. He won't admit it, but he's one of those guys that can rattle out.
Wow, he must be a virtuoso.
He's amazing.
Did you guys ever play guitar together?
We have, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that would be so cool.
And his dad as well. His dad was a guitar player and a singer
What?
too. And so, yeah, the three of us, sort of
Wow, that's really fun.
Yeah.
Does she?
So that
does
would
she
be
get
a
in there
good
and-
campfire.
Yes, yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
guys should just get your own band together, the family band. or something.
Exactly. And my father-in-law, he really is into like George Lynch and some of these guys that are just shredders.
Really?
80s dude.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys got along with you get along with the stepfather really well.
Oh, well, when my father-in-law, when
Or the father-in-law. I'm sorry.
when she introduced me and we got to talking, he's like, yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah, of course.
Guitar player. He's going to like it.
He's 10 years older than you, but he's a guitar player.
When my dad met Brett, he goes, "When you gonna cut that fucking shit off?"
Well, but
First
that.
thing he said, "No shit." I'm
When
not-
I walked, I had long hair though, and I walked in and I, and go to shake his hand, and he just his drink in hand, he just looks me up and down. And he goes, "When are you gonna cut that fucking shit off?" And I just kind of went, didn't even miss a beat. I'm like, well, your daughter has a hair requirement, so otherwise I would have cut it off already. And he just looks at me, goes, and then shakes his head, walks away, and my hand is still out. I'm like, but I passed the test, basically the dad test. I was around long enough, and when I helped him get his Corvette, that was it. That was I was in. I was finally in.
15 years
part
later.
of the family. Yeah. And once he got his vet, everything changed, and he liked me after that. It was good.
yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, so I had a good relationship with Bob, my father-in-law. He was a good man.
So Chris,
Real
all
good
you
man.
need is a drummer, a singer,
No,
so a percussion.
His wife sings.
Yeah, right.
His wife
His wife
sings.
sings.
Oh, yeah.
He plays
Okay,
guitar.
so
His
you got
kid plays.
singer.
You just need a drummer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that
Well,
means
there you
kid
go.
number 2.
10,000 days guy.
Yeah.
Yep. And call
Yeah.
Sal. See if he's got the.
So what kind of music your son like?
We're still trying to kind of figure that out. I'll put on some stuff and ask him like what he thinks, and for the most part, he's like, "Yeah, I don't like this one." Like
He's gonna come back with country.
Yeah, right. Oh God, oh man.
Yeah, check this out.
He's actually really latched onto a lot of the A Perfect Circle material also,
Oh,
and it's really cool because I'll be rehearsing downstairs for some show coming up or whatever, and like 3 or 4 days later, he'll play it on the piano, and I say,
What?
"Dad, is this that song that you play?" And it's in key. It's
Wow,
in
and he's
time.
9.
Wow.
He's 9?
Yeah,
Holy buckets,
Wow.
dude.
yeah, it's amazing.
You got a prodigy on your hands.
I
I mean, that's, I mean, seriously.
It's so cool. to
At
watch.
9?
Yeah,
And he's playing your shit.
right. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
And he'll walk around humming the tunes once in a while. I'm like, that's a Perfect Circle song. I'm like, that's my kid.
Oh
All right.
my
Nice job, dude.
So have you expanded as to to all different kinds of music? Do you tell them about even the stuff that you don't like, or maybe the classical music, or some of the old stuff?
Yeah. Great question too. Yeah, I'll put on classical in the piano classical in the car and things like that. And the first time that I played anything really heavy for him, I think he was probably 4 years old, and he stood up on the on the stool at the island. He was doing this. He's like,
There you go.
Listening to
And you're
Lamb of
like,
God.
that's my son.
Yeah, buddy, that's gonna get him like some culture in the classic stuff, and he's not
Good.
into it.
Okay.
Same thing with cars, like I'll see some classic car, and he's like, "Oh, that thing's ugly," and I'm like, "Dude, that's the no." Like, we'll get him there. We'll get him there.
Have you ever brought him to any of your shows?
He has been to a few shows, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've taken him to go see Brianna interpret from time to time too. I took him to Rockfest one year. We went, took him to Gojira, a straight line shot to watch her do her thing.
Okay.
And so, and they do a huge stage show too. So it's a big fire and smoke and everything. Oh my God! Like
I see
The one
this.
down at the, was that down at the Armory?
that
Like-
one was XL. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Armory's, man, that's one of the coolest venues I've ever been to. That's my favorite place to go see a concert.
Oh, Armory's great. Yeah. I saw Judas Priest there last, and
Yeah,
was awesome.
yeah. One of the guys that was on the podcast, the second one, Matt Vernon, buddy of mine, way back in the day. I remember when I didn't even know that Judas Priest was playing at the Armory, and I get this, text, "Are you down here?" And I'm like, "Down where?" And he goes, "The Armory. It's Judas Priest." I'm like, "What?" And
Yeah.
Gene's like, "What?" And we're like, "On, we would be there right now had we known." And he's like up in the front. He worked his way up to the front, and he's taking videos and sending videos to me. And I'm like, "Oh, this sucks."
I got free tickets from Ann. Ann brought me in free tickets to the VIP section, and that was great. That was so much fun.
I saw Rob Halford many, many, many years ago at the Met Center.
And he still looks the same
Oh my God.
from many, 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 many years ago.
Oh my God. All the leather and
So funny is like I went and saw them. I think it was where was it? Gosh, I think it. One of the normal venues, the big venues, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same people that when I went first saw them a long, long time ago. It's like the same people, except they're really, really old.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, that's what
you
happens,
guys were all
duh.
wearing the same stuff, the same leather jackets,
Yeah.
and same chains and same all.
But you lost
but
your
you're
hair
like,
and
but you're like 80.
well,
Well, you're going to have a family affair here of music, so that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's you got to be.
and then
looking
you'll be
forward
going to
that.
his shows.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Does he have his own guitar?
I did buy him a guitar. He doesn't really use
Acoustic
it,
or
but,
electric?
Piano.
He's got an acoustic guitar and electric guitar, but it doesn't really touch him too much.
Mhm.
You know,
It
and
will.
now
It
he's
will.
starting to plink around a little bit. You know, and but
Did you play it in front of him and then give him like, hey, and just don't even like instigate it. Just kind of do it in front of him, and then
Show
he'll
some
like
really cool
watch
tricks.
you.
yeah.
You know what I
There's
mean?
been some times where he's like, man, that's really cool. Like, how do I do
Yeah.
that?
Just
Well,
give him like 4 years. He'll be 13, and he'll figure out girls like guitars.
Exactly.
Oh.
He'll be playing guitar in no time.
Yeah,
have you seen those videos on YouTube?
Oh, the
of
little Asian kid.
The kid's like 5 years old, and he's got a 7-string guitar, and he's ripping arpeggios out.
There's a couple of them. There's a little girl too.
And I'm like going, his hand is like this big. Mine is. I have a small hand, and my hand is like 3 times the size.
Brett,
and
you're
I
not
can't.
supposed to say you have a small hand, you dumbass.
I can't. Well, I can't do the stuff that this kid's doing with a little baby hand.
Yeah.
A little baby fist.
And there's that little girl that does the bass too. She got the little long ponytails. She's a bassist.
Oh my God! I look at that stuff and I'm like, yeah, there's a reason why my guitars are sitting in the case.
Well, speaking of guitars,
Does your wife teach your son sign?
Some, yeah. Yep.
Because if he learns that,
Mm-hmm.
that's a great skill to have.
yes,
Obviously.
because not many people know it.
Yeah, and just being able to do it.
It's like learning a different language.
It is a
I mean,
different-
It is a different.
It is-
language,
it's a second
absolutely.
I
language.
signed up for it as an elective in high school, but not enough people signed up for the class, so they canceled it.
That
But I had
sucks.
interest in that as a teenager.
Oh, it's so cool. I
That's
still
cool,
have
so did I.
interest in it. As a special education teacher, we do run into a lot of kids that are, and I use a little bit of it, just the main ones, and
Like this.
yeah. Well, thank you.
It's
And
universal.
yeah. So, you have to kind of learn as part of the, yeah, they all know that one. Patrick.
But yeah, he'll learn some
I'm
of
a
that
child.
stuff, and we think he'll be. You're
a big child.
Latched onto some of that stuff.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, it sounds like he's got 2 great parents to model after, and
Yep.
he's an only child, so I'm sure he's spoiled.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiled rotten.
Yep, absolutely. He doesn't know how good he's got it, but
What about go-go dancing? Any interest there for your son?
time will tell? Time will tell.
Time will tell. Yep.
Man.
That,
Good.
that is a technique all its own. I've seen them, and that's a technique. I'm telling you.
So how's he doing in school?
He does pretty good. We actually had him in piano lessons for the last probably 8 months, something like that.
Oh, that's good.
And it's kind of that situation where now it's homework. Now it's not fun anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And he really won't. He really won't let me show him anything either.
Mm-hmm.
He just I just want to play. Let me play. And I'm like, dude, you're doing better than whatever I could show you. Just do your thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what? That's a hard thing for parents nowadays. Maybe you'll agree with this, but it's like getting kids to learn that they got to earn stuff, and it's going to be hard, and you have to practice because they're born with. When we were born, that was
The only way we get it.
for
Yeah.
us. But now they're born into there's already a microwave. I didn't have a microwave till I was 12.
Instant
They have internet,
gratification.
They have
So-
phones. They have everything is just there. They don't have to do a goddamn thing to get it.
Uh-huh.
Whereas we earn stuff and appreciate it now. But that's just weird. How do you get your kids to do stuff? Right? It's hard.
Yep,
It really is.
absolutely.
It's-
My neighbor
terrible.
had a microwave in the first microwave, and then we lived in a cul-de-sac, and they had the first microwave in the neighborhood. And she goes, "Oh yeah, you can cook an egg in here." And she took a whole egg and put it in the microwave.
Oh my God.
And the whole, she's like, "It's so easy." And she puts it, the whole thing blew up, and it was just like, "You're a dumbass."
Yeah, you can put a fork in here. Recharge your iPhone.
Oh my God.
It's been super fun though to watch him latch onto things, and we really do try to have him, Patrick, as you know, just to try to have them appreciate the things that they have and whatnot, and you got to work for it sometimes, So,
I'm wondering what's underneath that hat.
Hair.
Oh, geez, a mat of really squished, very thin hair these days.
Hair.
Oh, okay, that's
Got
cool.
hair.
That's cool.
I'm not understanding how you're doing because I run into people like this, it's like 80 degrees out.
I
They have
know,
a flannel shirt on and a hat. You do live in Minnesota, but it is still hot here.
I know.
I mean, if you're dressing like that now, it's like, if people don't know, it's like 75, 80 degrees outside. What do you dress like in the winter?
Yeah, no kidding. No, I've got 6 layers on me. I'm a 7-layer bird.
Are you always cold?
It just I thought a long time ago that I would have moved out of Minnesota by now.
Me too.
I just hate it.
Me too.
I hate
Try it,
It's-
brother.
Yeah, right, man. Well done, sir.
I haven't seen a raindrop since May. So just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? But Patrick, I think you should have more of a tan, though. That's one thing that you should have. So Brett
Yeah.
doesn't have to keep on darkening the video
Yeah,
because
especially
your
when you got a
forehead's so white.
pool. to lay on? You know, you have a pool. Like, what's the problem, dude?
I do, but I've got Scandinavian blood, so it's just I'm either white or red.
Well, and that's
Brett.
true.
That's
That's
Brett.
me. I've got two colors. My two colors are white and burnt.
Yep. Lobster.
And even when I'm tan, even when I tan and we go to
Try.
the Caribbean or whatnot.
He walks around and he looks like he's embarrassed all the time.
Well, no, I mean it's like I got a red hue of brown. I mean it's a little brown, but it's more red. It's just bad. I just my
It's like
Norwegian,
people
my
walk up to
dainty
him and they're
Norwegian
like, "Do you
skin.
need some lotion, sir?"
There was a summer here where I was at the pool a lot, and I actually got a tan, but I do the quote marks because it's just darker freckles, so it's just tan freckles. So it's either white, freckly, or red. So it's weird.
So what do you wear out by the pool, Patrick? Your Speedo and
Speedo.
all those? Yeah.
I do have a Speedo swimsuit, but it's like shorts. It's actually the Speedo brand. but it's
Yeah.
not Speedo bikini.
You're lying. Wow.
He's got that. He's got the ball sack
'Cause you know what?
G-string.
It's like you're like the Italian beach where the guy's got the gut hanging over and he's got the Speedo that's scrunching everything in,
And it goes up his butt crack,
and he's walking around. It's got
thong.
chains.
You have a thong. You have a thong Speedo.
Yeah, I do. Okay, whatever. Like a little baby squirrel in there.
I want a picture.
You put that on your refrigerator now?
Oh
Do you want me
yeah.
to shave or not shave?
Oh, yes, please shave.
We are so
my
getting
brow.
banned from YouTube.
No, I have a hair requirement, but it only pertains to your scalp.
So if you did move away from Minnesota, where would you go, Chris? What do you
Man.
think your lifestyle would?
Yeah, that's a really good
Probably
question.
be like a Rocky Mountain kind of guy, right? I think.
You're right on, man. Absolutely. My wife and I have talked a lot about moving westward. Somewhere out by the mountains, somewhere it's warmer. 6
Yeah.
months.
Have a farm.
Yes, absolutely.
Have a garden.
Yeah,
Mhm.
a lot of people are finding Washington and Oregon, and Colorado's been that way for a while now. But yeah, a lot of people are finding that to be cool because honestly, here too, like in Sacramento, I'm 2 hours away from anything. Like I can go to the Bay Area and go to San Francisco in a 2 hour drive. I can go to South Lake Tahoe in a 2 hour drive. I can go north to Mount Shasta in a 2 hour drive. And like all of these ecosystems are just amazing. And they're right at the, you just need a vehicle, and you're right there.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You can go to desert, you can go to mountains, you can go to ocean, you can go wherever, it's pretty cool.
I've been to Sacramento, and it's actually pretty cool there. They got a really cool river there where you can get on a boat.
Well, you have a cool river here. It's called the Mississippi.
Yeah, I would be on the upper part of the Mississippi, in the lower part where all the garbage flows down to.
But so
Louisiana.
you're lucky because your wife can get a job absolutely anywhere in the United States.
Yes, and it would have to be the U.S. Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too
Yeah.
is we've talked about moving out of the country, and but she can't because sign language is different everywhere else.
Did she just interpret in English, or just it's a universal
I had
language?
just about that.
Yeah,
Is it-
it's American Sign Language. So
Okay.
I suppose.
Yeah.
ASL, I get it now.
Yep.
So is it? Yeah.
Different everywhere.
Is it different than England? Would it be different than England?
It would be different over there. Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
been there. Yeah.
But you know what? She has that mind. I don't think it would probably be too much of a stretch for her to change that over. But still, you still have Hawaii. That's probably American Sign Language. Canada is still in America.
Yeah, Canada would probably have the same.
It's
yeah.
still America.
Oh, she could do the hula dance in Hawaii, I'm sure, with the hips. Like,
Well,
put
yeah,
that grass skirt on me. Oh my God.
And music is universal, so you can play
Yeah.
in different places and stuff. So
Yeah.
what is your where are you playing next? You got some gigs set up?
We do. So last year we played like 10 shows, 10, 12 shows, something like that. And then took a big break actually. That's been kind of nice, for me to have that break as well.
Which band is this?
So a Perfect Circle tribute, we're called Stone and Echo.
Mhm.
Stone and Echo. It's named after their live Red Rocks concert they did. But the next show coming up is December 20th down at Bogart's.
December 20th. Okay.
Yeah.
So if what we'll do is if you have a calendar, we'll put it at the end of the podcast.
Great.
for your show. So if people want to come out and see you, they can definitely check it out on your calendar and head over there.
Some of your photography too, if you want to throw some of that on there.
Yeah, if you want to,
be kind of cool.
Throw some of that stuff on there. We'll throw it at the end of the podcast so people can see that stuff, and we'll put your socials up on the webpage and information to get a hold of you. So if somebody says that photography is fantastic, I'd like to hire this guy. We'll put that information.
Do you still do that if somebody wanted to hire you?
Much appreciated. Yeah, I actually don't do photography work anymore.
What?
But thank you very much. I appreciate it. It just it kind of ran its course. I mean, it was really fun for a long time. But
Well, there's a special
ton of work.
Pin-up.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, you did get the big prize.
Yeah.
I did. I absolutely did. But no, it just it was a side hustle for a long time,
Okay.
and it was fun. But
Do you do it on your own? I mean,
Oh,
Yeah, it was
he's
fun.
got thousands of pictures.
no, I mean for fun, just like now.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. No, absolutely. And, I'll bring my big camera with me for different events and things like that, but,
But you don't have family members like, hey, can you do our wedding?
I have been brought out of retirement a couple of times for some things. Yeah.
Yeah,
A very good
of
friend
course.
of mine said, you're the only person that can shoot my wedding. And I was like, okay, I have to.
Do I have-
That's okay.
Were you doing photography in 2012?
I was, yeah. Yep.
Oh God! Damn. So I got married in 2012, and Tony did the entertainment. We hired him as the musician.
Well, that
We
would've been
coulda hired
cool.
you as the photographer.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
the hell?
What the hell?
And he had me doing the bartending, so it would have been another
Nice.
Yeah, and Brett was
fantastic.
there too,
Yeah.
bartending.
Yeah.
Did you even get invited to the wedding, Patrick? Did you even get invited to the wedding, Patrick?
Well, Chris, it's been fantastic having you on. Much appreciated for you to have you come down here and hang out with us. So, folks, make sure that you're liking, sharing, and subscribing to the podcast, and check out our website at thebarwithpodcast.com.
He's flipping the bird.
Yeah, of course he is.
Yeah, of course he is.
All right. Well, folks, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Thank you, guys.
If you've enjoyed that podcast, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. You can find us at thebarwithpodcast.com, as well as YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. As always, thank you for your support and being a part of our podcast family.
To lose feels great. but it's surreal to see your smile again. Take off your coat and stay a while. Life's been so hard, and I've been lost inside my drink again. Take off your coat and make me smile. Baby, I'm not tired, but I'm feeling lonely and want you to hold me. Baby, I'm not tired, but I'm feeling lonely and want you to hold me. Tonight so simple in my mind. We'll stare at the stars and share each other's time. Tonight so simple in my mind. We'll be together and do whatever comes to mind. And don't be afraid, there's a moment to be made. Then we can figure out your right. And I'm not gonna lie to you, there's something inside of you that helps me understand my life.